I've been playing and loving some more World of Warcraft Legion. Here's a short list of some of my favorite things so far. Number 10, Class Hall Missions. Class Hall missions are nifty. While not particularly impactful both in reward and in story, it's still cool to be able to play and keep up with Legion on the go. Besides that, you kinda get this feeling of actually being a commander building up an army. Number 9, Flying to a New Land. Flying to a new land for the first time is incredible. There are so few other games that even try to pull off something so mystifying, and it really helps land home the feeling that this is a living, breathing, seamless world. Understandably, however, while the first time is great, additional minute-long pseudo loading times can be kind of annoying. Number 8, the vast array of creatures. The incredible amount of creatures and people go hand in hand with both exploration and story. Everyone has something interesting to say, every creature has a wealth of lore. Take for example the cute little Murlocs. They're small, dangerous, but oh so adorable. On the other hand, dragons, big, powerful, ancient, wise. The dragons in WoW are truly awe-inspiring with both their history and ability. On my quests, I look forward to every encounter with a new race because of the spice they bring to an already delicious world. Number 7, Crazy Player Shenanigans. Why do we play massive multiplayer games? Because of the unpredictable nature and new experience-laden world of the human element. While true, it's not reliable or even pleasant in many circumstances, like flaming another player for poor performance in League, for example, but sometimes you get a truly wonderful experience difficult to emulate anywhere else. Take this mammoth parade thing with a bunch of people talking in a cryptic language. Why were they doing this? I haven't had the slightest idea, nor do I want to look it up to spoil the mystery. It's just that weird thing that happened that one time while I was playing. While this moment wasn't particularly amazing, it's these small moments like this that make playing multiplayer games worth it. Number 6, Artifact Weapons. The entire Artifact weapon system is amazing. You start out by actually fighting a boss to take theirs, which in itself is far better than finding one or just being given to you. By actually having to earn one in the first place, by actually having to earn the weapon, that just makes it all the more desirable to hold on to. This is in addition to the weapon looking pretty sleek and having some heavy lore connotations. Going further into the system is where the customization options open up, and that really sets it apart from other gear. Being able to continually work towards improvement on this hard-earned weapon only makes it sweeter. Then as you work harder and harder on your character, the special colors and unique models showcase to other people just how great you really are. The only drawback I can think of regarding artifact weapons is that you may feel shoehorned into only getting them because they are so powerful and have such a huge system behind it. Whereas you might rather show off a time-limited weapon or a weapon from an especially difficult boss. Number 5, Boss Battles. World of Warcraft is a grand role-playing game. Thus, you gotta have the boss battles. The bigger the better. While admittedly I'm much more a fan of something like Asura's Wrath or God of War in the form of gimmicky over-the-top bosses, I'm not turned away by the more traditional Final Fantasy form of long-term strategical thinking. Taking down that huge powerful baddie over the course of an intense 10 minutes is still quite the rush and without a doubt quite welcome. Number 4, Exploration. Exploration is the cornerstone of most games ever made. You as the player gets the fun and excitement of discovering new things in a grand world a developer created from their mind space. And what game is better for exploration than World of Warcraft? It's in the name! It's a world of fantastical beings, story, and adventure. From the smallest and most insignificant story to world-changing cataclysmic events. There's no better way to spend an afternoon than discovering one of the most expansive and interesting game worlds ever created. Number 3, Story. Take a look. It's in a book. It's World of Warcraft Legion. Multimedia in video games is why it's such a revolutionary thing. Packing the story of a great novelist, the greatest music from a legendary musician, excellent visuals from an experienced graphic team, and the playability from a genius programmer. But out of all of those, Story is my favorite. Diving into a world of imagination is like no other. The mind is an incredible place to not only break away from the harshness of reality, but to enjoy the fantastical nature of what can never be. Additionally, stories tell us so much. We learn and laugh and care for what we're being told. That's the mark of a great writer, making us care and investing us into a profoundly unique experience from one brilliant mind to another. There were many moments in Legion that literally made me stop playing momentarily just so I could take in what was happening. It's only a video game, some might say, but to me, it's so much more than that. Number 2, the Demon Hunter class. The Demon Hunter class is the sole reason why I picked up Legion at all. Everything about this class is simply incredible. To fight the Burning Legion, the bad guys, these elves somehow infuse their evil essence into themselves to better fight them. However, it comes with some downsides. For one, everyone seems to think they're the bad guys masquerading as the good guys, and or while they may not be now, they certainly could turn traitorous against their will. Granted, I don't know much about their history prior to Legion, but what I've seen so far is great. Going forward, Illidan is gone, and you, the player, is the leader taking the fight across the Broken Isles with the Horde. It's cool stuff. By extension, infusing some of the demon stuff, the Demon Hunters have an edgy goth look that's both kinda lame, but also kinda badass at the same time. But forget about all that. What I like is how the class plays. The playstyle is exactly how I play most competitive multiplayer games. Moderate damage, moderate mobility, and moderate tankiness. There's just enough of each to be able to react to any situation. Enough DPS to solo or hold my own against most content in the game, enough mobility to remain reactive, and enough tankiness to be able to make mistakes and to take risky plays. It's the perfect trinity that I couldn't receive the likes of Rogue, Priest, and probably Warrior? And number 1, Dungeons. The quintessential, difficult, instance-based, and nigh endlessly repeatable activity with rewards and experiences across the board. Dungeons. Also, the thing I was the least familiar about coming into WoW. The other MMOs I've played either didn't have it, like old school RuneScape, or I just didn't care enough for it in general to try it out. The gist of it is actually pretty simple. Queue up and join with a group, and then go down to take down the boss. However, because they're usually quite difficult, actually completing one is a bit more complicated. For example, if you're completely unaware of how to play your class with a team, then you're not going to have a good time, as well as negatively inconveniencing your comrades. Granted, this can be greatly alleviated when going in with friends. The satisfaction alone of being able to coordinate with others towards a common goal is awesome. But also getting handsomely rewarded and seeing a story resolution is magnificent and one of my favorite experiences in gaming. Thanks for taking a look at some of my favorite things about Legion. What are some of your favorite things? Make sure to leave a comment below, and thank you for watching.